Okay, here we go. Welcome to TRG Talk, episode 14. Really excited for this one. I've a good friend of mine and quite an inspirational experience that he's gone through. So let's start off with an introduction with our other coach here. Maple, go for it.
So we've got Vlad here today, VLAD. So he used to be an old crew of TRG and came back after a few years and crushed his 8-week challenge. He's an FIFO worker. So we're going to hear his story today.
Okay, Vlad, tell us about yourself.
All right, yeah, so this is my second stint here at TRG. Like Maple said, I tried the 8-week challenge when I returned to TRG. Took me a little while. I was getting frustrated there for a while and getting in contact with Maggie as well through all the food process and things like that. Being a FIFO worker, I was struggling, trying to get that balance.
I want to know about the FIFO experience because we have quite a few people who are FIFO workers.
Yep.
Some have worked it out, but the majority really do struggle to make it happen.
Yep.
So what separated for you for the food in particular?
For me, it was like I was going away, doing the FIFO work, coming here and doing like the workouts, and I thought, out there they've got some really good facilities, and I don't only just work here in SA, I go to WA a fair bit as well.
Yeah.
And they've got some pretty outstanding facilities, like gym-wise as well. And I thought, well, it's free service there. Like you go whenever you want and use it. I thought, you know what, I'll train hard here at TRG and then try and keep the same elements when I'm away. And then I spoke with Maggie with food-wise and sort of try to work out a balance on how to go about it. It is a little bit hard, and it takes a fair bit of skill, I guess, and be a chef or whatever you got to do to get the food right, because their hours are so long. You're doing a 12-hour shift, so like myself, I work night shift.
Yeah.
Mainly, not only because I enjoy it, but the dollars are a lot better on the night shift. So I would go to work, do my 12 hours, come back. My plan was I'll go and get sort of prepared in the morning, go and do washing with clothes in some mines, and then go to the gym, have a nice breakfast, sleep all day, and do it again during. And then it's just about the foods. Like there's so many choices of food there, and portions. But I just sort of worked out that for me, having like chicken wraps, I tried that. For a little while, it's filling, but it's not heavy.
Yeah.
So that kept me going, and just like fruits and having like those sort of things that weren't heavy. Like obviously they got rices and meats, and I kept away from all the pies and sausage rolls that are normally the easy things to go for. Sort of kept.
That's
away
going
from
to really slow you down.
Yeah.
So as a FIFO worker, night shift as well. You're tired, you're going to be pretty fatigued from those different shifts, and your body clock's going to be out of rhythm.
Yep.
But for you to be able to find a consistent routine, how has that been beneficial for your mental health? Because shifting off to another state and then doing different hours, 12-hour shifts, trying to keep yourself in good shape and also lose weight in the same process, what was the hardest part? And then tell me about the triumph.
Well, the hardest part is just getting that balance right and having that dedication to stick at it. The night shift is hard. We're going to WA as well. The heat, it's pretty hot over there.
Yep.
And my last stint that I was over there, the coldest day that I had was 36 degrees.
Coldest.
That was the coldest day.
Yeah, but you'd be burning more calories. It's kind of cheating by going over there.
I guess. Being over there as well, like you have to keep hydrated. You get checked 3 times through that 12-hour period. So if you don't reach that high, like the hydration, you're not allowed to go to work. So you're keeping the fluids up, the heavy work that we do. So
awesome.
It's just trying to get it right. And for me, it was just, I've spent so much time. I know that TRG works because I've done it in the past. So it was just like getting back into it and just focusing on it, and having that free gym services away and having the water fire as well. So some of the workouts I could actually do while I'm away. It's just
awesome.
setting things up and going for it.
That's really good. Tell me about what you achieved in the 8 weeks, or was it in the 8 weeks, or was it post 8 weeks? As in, like, how long did it take you come in, have a baseline of your weight, and then see how you would progress as the months went on?
The 8 weeks I didn't achieve what I wanted to achieve.
Sure.
And I was very frustrated with it, because I knew that I was putting a lot of work into it, but I wasn't getting there. And I was constantly ringing Maggie and getting in touch with her, and saying to her, like, this shit isn't working. I was getting frustrated. It's like, and she would like, well, what are you eating? And I put it all to her and letting her know. It's like, well, you might not be losing the weight, but you're gaining muscle. And I was getting frustrated because all I wanted was just the kilos. I wanted the kilos to go down on the scale, but it wasn't working. I just kept at it and changed some of the things that I eat in my general life. And for me, like, sweets is my enemy. So I cut down a heap on that, like breads as well. Eliminated a fair bit of that as well. Awesome. Not that I've done it completely, but I've eliminated it, or just reduced how I'm having it or what I'm doing with it. And I think probably a week ago, I had to get some medicals done to go away again for the mines, and did a full medical, come healthy, and I've dropped a fair bit of weight on that as well. So I'm
awesome.
Very proud of that, which is nearly 12 kilos that I've dropped since I started. So,
well, I also want to bring Maple into the conversation, because Maple has been Vlad's challenge coach, essentially, has kept in contact with him. What did you find different about Vlad's challenge compared to other people's challenge? So most people will just come to the gym, they scan each week, they check in with you. How did you find it with him being a FIFO worker, and what did you do to kind of really click to make sure it would work?
I reckon actually we expand the 8-week challenge for you, like in that concept, because you're 1 week in, 1 week out. Obviously, you can't be like that intense like the normal people who just come weekly. Yeah, so I reckon for your journey, like, we expand that 8-week challenge. But starting off that 8-week challenge, it's like a good shock for you. Like, your mindset, you're consciously like, I'm getting into this journey now. Then even after 8 weeks, we just keep going. Like, you got some idea about what your weakness is in the nutrition side.
Yep.
So you just start to get a hand of it. And for the workout wise, we get a good routine. Like, if you're here, you just come to the gym. If you're not here, you use the program from Wordify. So keep sending me those workout you done every time. So it's like accountability. Then gradually you think, oh, that routine works for me. So that's why you just keep grinding and get better and better. So I think for Vlad, the 8-week challenge is a good shock to restart the fitness journey. And we expand it like limitlessly. So that is just the start of that journey. You need that shock to back on track. Then we just keep going. Something like that.
Yeah, because also my fly in, fly out isn't a week-to-week thing.
Okay.
So I could be away like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, come back for a day and go get sent to another mine. So that it wasn't like that I'll be away for a week and come back for a week. So sometimes I was away a little bit longer from it. So and having Maple there, making me accountable for it always worked. And while I was away, I was always sending her photos, like being in remote WA, that sometimes we just had like bush weights, and so I'll send her some photos of those crazy weights that I had out there, and like showing her, write down what I'm actually doing, or try and follow Wordify as much as I could.
Well, that's really cool. Like, I'll actually get those photos from you, and I'll pop them in right now so people can have a look as you're talking, as they're watching, if they're sitting there watching it. What photos did you really enjoy, Maple?
It's one probably in WA, like you said, the coolest temperature there is like 36 degree, and in a sunset outdoor, in like you said, in the bushes, there are some rusty metal dumbbell and a sled.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I think it's pretty poetic. Yeah, so
That's
I really
nice.
liked it. Yeah.
Well, I think that that is pretty cool because, what Vlad's done, which separates him from people who either succeed or fail on this challenge, is he has decided to take massive levels of initiative. So rather than just kind of throwing your hands up in the air and saying, hey, this weight isn't coming off, or look, you know what, my lifestyle is different to everybody else, so I'm just going to stick to what I always do and complain about it. You've kept contact with the coaches, you've reached out to them, you've created an experience that you've enjoyed training out there, even if it's been by yourself.
Yep.
You've contacted and been proactive in making sure that you have stuck to your accountability goals. And as a result, the weight's just fallen off. So you said, 12 kilos?
Yeah, just under 12 kilos I've dropped it. So, yeah, very proud of that.
That's not bad. And what do you have goals now moving forward?
I would like to drop a couple more kilos, but most of all just tone up, and with the CrossFit, I've got a few targets that I would like to aim for, and most of them, like, people would agree that that some of them are pretty tricky, and I would like to get to those things. When I first started, the double unders were my worst enemies. I ended up looking like a slave at the end of it with whip marks everywhere. I sort of gathered that, and sometimes people might see me that I throw them around because they tend to hurt a little. But for me, it would be the muscle up, bar muscle up is the one that I'll be aiming to get, and that's my target.
That's a great target, and I think you should definitely go for it. It's a fun feeling to get up there.
Yeah.
I think that, what you've done is pretty cool, and if you can achieve what you have achieved, then make the next goal and make the next benchmark that you want to achieve, and you'll achieve it because you've obviously got that mindset. What is driving that mindset? In your personal life, we all have challenges and things that we're facing. How have you found training to really give you a positive impact?
Yeah, for me, is obviously being healthy and be healthy for my kids is one of the things that I want to be around for them and run around and not feel that I can't do that. My little ones are 5 and 7, so they're very active. So I'll keep around for them. That's what pushes me to be healthy, and at the same time work. When I started the journey, like the heavy work that I do, I was struggling because it was just like way too much. I thought I better get into this a little bit harder so I can do the work right and not struggle throughout, because it's pretty demanding out there.
Awesome. And Maple, what advice do you give other people who are doing the challenge to kind of succeed like Vlad has succeeded?
For the challenge, we have all the resources here for you. But we also expect you to take the initiative because everyone is different. Be open, be really frank. Any struggle, any issue you are encountering, be open to us. Let us know so we can work around with you. We can help you because everyone is different. Everyone's journey will be different. But rest assured, as long as you want to show your vulnerability, you are staying open, there's always a way we're going to help you and support you to achieve what you target for.
That's absolutely true. And, another thing that I like about what you've said there, Maple, is I think everyone who actually jumps on the 8-week challenge at one point will hit a fork in the road where they say, I need to really change something here. The first 2 weeks is usually pretty easy because you've just got a buzz and people are always super excited. But then they start getting probably tired, sore.
Excuses
start flowing in, right? Things, the old version of themselves starts nipping at the heels saying, you can't do this or you can't really change. But then it is that decision, well, I need to do something different to what I've always done if I want to get these different results. And that's the thing I see consistently all the time to those who really make it and those who kind of struggle. Sometimes, though, some people nail it in the 8 weeks. They just kill it. And then some people don't really see many results in the 8 weeks, but they stick at it. and then it takes a bit of extra time to shift the way that they think. So I think the one advice I would give anybody is stick at it. Whatever it is that you're doing, wherever you are on the journey, keep going. Even if you've been doing it for years and you haven't seen much budge. There's another client that I actually want to do a podcast with as well. He has dropped 30 plus kgs, but the last 5 months he's trying to budge another 4 to 5, and it's kind of driving him a bit nuts. But what we need to do is reset some goals if you want to drop that last little bit to get to your goal weight or to your goal body or whatever it may be. And sometimes your goal weight may not be the healthiest thing for you. So it may be a composition goal that he needs to shift his mind around. Further exploration and initiative and things that people can kind of work towards is what's going to help people truly achieve the success. And it's an ongoing process.
I think the other thing is if you want to drop that weight, I've found that I've never put a time limit on it.
Okay.
Because when you aim for that time and you don't get there, that's when you beat yourself down even more, like you didn't reach it. Like, weight, it's going to take a while to break it down. I was getting frustrated with it because I knew that I was putting the hard work in, but I wasn't seeing the results. I would come in and get on the scales here and everything is like, how can I? Like, been training nearly every day. I've cut down heaps and not seeing any results. You get frustrated. But that's because you're putting a time on it. If you set yourself that, I want to lose the weight, just work on it. Because if you're going to say, I want to lose 5 kilos in a month or whatever, and you don't reach it, then it's like, just going to make it harder. Just still aim. It doesn't matter how long you're going to take. It's just having that's your goal. You want to drop that weight. Just don't put the time frame. I find that if you put the time frame, it just makes it harder.
Yeah, that's excellent advice, Vlad. And I also think that to further give support and hope to people on the 8-week challenge or any challenge that are struggling and they've set a time frame and a deadline for themselves, focus more on your mindset shift and your habit shift, and the results will flow to you. And sometimes, the results or your goals will change as you're on the journey.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Maple, anything else? Any final words?
There's always a rule like this. So to make to the final quality change, you need volume first. So you need to give it time, give it patience, chip it away. And even the result is not showing on the scan, on the machine, your mindset start to change, your habits start to change, like what Winston said. And the knowledge, the structure you gain from this challenge can benefit you longer run. And like Vlad said, no time limit. It's a lifelong journey, the fitness, the eating habit, the training habit. So be patient with yourself and just keep grinding through, do the right thing.
Perfect. And Vlad, what final words of encouragement would you give to the clients at TRG who are on the journey with you?
Just be dedicated. If you can't be dedicated with yourself in what you're doing, you're not going to achieve what you want. Focus on the long run. Like, my aim is to be fit and healthy for my kids.
Yep.
Anything else is just a bonus. I love the journey. Enjoy yourself. Like, if you're not enjoying being here, like, it's just going to be even harder. And the best thing is there's no people, like no individuals here, which is a good thing. And don't be afraid to ask for help. That's the best thing, that the culture that we have here, and I've always enjoyed it, is that there's no one better than anybody else here. Like, we're all equals. Yeah, everyone's got different levels, but there's no individuals here, or no stars trying to show themselves off, which is a good thing. But the best thing I would say to anybody here is just ask for help if you need it.
Awesome.
For anything, it doesn't matter whether it's food or you want to learn how to skip or do a pull-up or anything. All of those things takes a lot of time, and people are better than others at it. Ask for help. Don't be afraid.
That's really good. I really appreciate those words, and to hear that as well, because we really do strive to create an environment where everyone is supported and we're all here together as one team. First word of TRG is teamwork, and then it's respect, and then greatness. So I really found that those principles, when we follow them as a team together, really actually work and create a great environment for people to achieve their goals confidently. So I'm excited to see how things continue for you and how your future's going to
Yep, the
roll
muscle
out.
ups are coming.
Yeah, they're on the way. Well done. Okay, so yeah, we'll see you guys soon at the gym. And I think, like Vlad says as well, if you do have any questions, concerns, or queries, or need that extra support, reach out, and we're here to help you. So love you lots, guys, and we'll see you all soon.
Thank you very much.
Peace out.